Moving on to American Eagle Outfitters. I see the price action in a preliminary descending broadening wedge. And I say preliminary because I only have 4 touch points. I need 5, so 4 is not enough. However, you can see here that there is an uptrending support in the middle of this pattern, and this bounce off that trend line could constitute a partial decline should this pattern play out. I think if this descending broadening wedge is to happen, we're going to see the price rise, and then it might fall again, and that would give us our 5 touches. This retest of the uptrending support would be important to launch the price higher. Alright, and then I'd start to talk about that inverted head and shoulder pattern I was seeing over the weekend as well. So American Eagle Outfitters did very well today. It didn't suffer the dips as much, and it did ride the rips a little more against its sector, which is good, or at least against the IWM, the 2000 Russell ETF. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. Let's go to the 1-minute drawings and take me in a little deeper. You can see at the end of the day, this rally was really strong, and AMC also had a rally with the IWM, but the rally in American Eagle Outfitters was more pronounced. So this was really good volume. You see the RSI moving deeply into the overbought region. This is bullish momentum. There were a couple of uptrends today breaking through this downsloping support, so I was buying as the price broke out through here. I purchased a few shares, and my cost basis, I believe, was, I can actually look really quick. I have currently, I think it's 30 shares at a cost basis of $22.38. I also sold a February 11th $23, I bought a February 11th $23 call, and I sold a March 18th $20 put. So I collected $96 for selling that put, and that call cost me $77. So the difference is $21. I do plan on riding this call option until it becomes unprofitable. It's really there just to hedge against upside losses, as my position isn't quite established yet, and I think the price could run. The short interest on American Eagle Outfitters is extremely high. It's higher than AMC, and days to cover is over 5. I would encourage you to look up that information on your own. I do not chase short squeezes, but the presence of that short interest does give a lot of potential for the stock to explode, and I don't want to miss out if that happens. So this is why I'm using this put premium to buy that call. Now I'm going to pocket the $21 difference just in case that put I sold does run into the money and I do have to buy those shares at $20. I want that $21 to give me a discount on the shares, and it'll be about 1%, which isn't a lot, but it's still a hedge just in case the price is barely in the money at that point. So moving forward, I'm going to be holding this call. It did appreciate on the day, and I'm up $2.50 on it. Very modest. I'm pretty sure the theta is going to take that out tomorrow, but I'm not too worried. The put did depreciate $12, so overall my stance in American Eagle is bullish, and I am establishing this position very slowly. I want to cover a couple other stocks as well. I am still holding GNPX, of course. I love GNPX because it's a cool company. They do autoimmune gene therapy research, and they have a couple of drugs that are fast-tracked by the FDA. You can see there is this down-sloping trend, and the price burst through it. This was another news event, came back down towards it, fell below, and now we see it climbing back above, and this is really good. I appreciate seeing this price action in GNPX. And here you can see, I thought maybe we'd see a nice launch off of this nice rounding bottom, but instead we saw it's not a measured move down, but it is a 1, 2, and 3 movement. You can see there's a period of consolidation in the middle of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect some low points here. I don't know, maybe we have some other chart pattern appearing and I'm just not cognizant of it. I mean, it is possible. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to read. Overall though, the price is doing well, recovering from its all-time lows in the what is this, like $1.17 thereabouts. So I am still long on GNPX. I am holding a call as well. And there's one other stock I do want to cover. American Eagle Outfitters, GNPX. Let's just have a look at Activision. Oh, ASRT, that was what I wanted to look at. Okay, opening up ASRT. Someone brought this attention to me during a live, and I felt pretty bearish on it, seeing the price be rejected off of that top trend line. I do feel now though that there is some bullish reversal potential. You can see this bottoming pattern playing out, something like a head and shoulder bottom on this time frame. I'm kind of hesitant to chart that, but you can see that the lows were lower in the price here as the lows in the RSI were rising here, and this was bullish divergence, and that has played out. There was a period of consolidation through here, and you can see how congested the price is in that zone, and now we see the price moving higher. So it is possible to see the price move one more length here, which would take us back to the top of that trend line, and to see a rejection there would be bearish. But given that the price is rising, or before it reached the bottom of the downward channel that's currently in, this forms a partial decline and is a bullish omen. I am holding puts on ASRT. I did try to sell them earlier, but the bid was 0. No one wanted to buy them, even though the ask had risen. It was confusing. I didn't understand what was going on with my ASRT puts. I wasn't able to sell them, but I'm going to continue to hold them. I do think that there is a strong chance of rejection up here. You can see a little better on the daily time, this is a 4 hour. On the 4 hour time frame, the potential head and shoulders topping pattern we see. As there's a nice price level here at 252. This is the price I'm using to establish the shoulder height, and you can see that this peak would be at that same level. And on the 4 hour, we have, this looks kind of bullish, but it could reverse to the downside. And if that occurs and we see the price drop below the armpit line, which would be right here, the stock could fall down much further. I'm just going to give an approximate price target of what that would look like. It's pretty low. Let's see. Yeah, that would take us down to sub $1. So I am watching for this topping pattern to play out, and I am holding on to those puts still. Volume is decreasing as the price is rising, and the implied volatility is just chaotic, really. I think really what I want to focus on is the decreasing volume as the price is rising. The RSI did do some interesting action in this no man's land between 45 and 55, and it has come up, but as you can see on the 4 hour, it is flat. I'm going to try on the daily. Let's look at the daily candles. The markets were pretty green today, right? So yeah, wow, big fat green. This is very bullish. This looks like ASRT is going to break out and above this downward channel. I'm going to lose out on those puts, which is fine. I did not allocate much of my portfolio at all to those puts. They were cheap. They were $5. I think my current holding is, actually I'll tell you what it is. I have 10 puts at $5 a piece, so I spent 50 bucks on these puts. They're currently down 50%. So, I'm down $31, really. It's not bad. I can write off the 50 bucks that I lost. That's totally fine. That's, you know, just one good trade for me and AMC on a day that I'm trading it. So that's an acceptable loss. I'm just going to continue to hold them. Those puts don't expire until, well, it's February 18th, $1 put. So I'm just going to continue to hold those and see if they don't run into the money. That's what I was planning to do with those anyway. So that's what I have for American Eagle Outfitters and GNPX.